At 36 years old, a 12-year career, Jake Arrieta announces his retirement. You heard that name. You heard that name, Jake Arrieta. Hopefully you didn't hear about him for the first time last year when he was kind of released by San Diego Padres before the regular season wrapped up. Then Cubs also released him in August of last year. So last year really didn't go how he had wanted, and those 3 years prior to that, eventually making his return back to the Cubs didn't end up the way he wanted to. Integral part, however, let's not be fooled, of Jake Arrieta snapping that 108-year World Series drought. So he was a very integral part in that team winning the World Series. Huge in that time frame. And before that, remember, a big fifth-round pick out of the Orioles in 2007. He made it to the Major League Show in 2010. 3 years with Baltimore never really worked out. He got a few opportunities to crack the starting rotation. 69 appearances with the Orioles. 5.46 ERA. And then he was traded in 2013 to the Cubs. That deal, which saw Arrieta, Pedro Strop for Feldman and Steve Clevenger, proved one of the most consequential trades in recent Major League Baseball history. Arrieta had decent results down the stretch with the Cubs. Decent player. Very decent player. When it comes down to Jake Arrieta, here's how you could kind of sum it up. Incredible stretch, okay, of 3 seasons, but that's way too short of a prime for any sort of Hall of Fame consideration in my end. Career 3.98 ERA would give him the highest ERA amongst any Hall of Famers, and his 115 wins would almost put him toward the bottom for starters. Maybe even will be bounced in the first ballot. But, for what it's worth, less stellar players have been getting in. But again, it all comes down to number of prime years. I look at Don Mattingly, who I'm a big fan of, growing up as a kid. And my son wants to know how to press easy in video games, even though I showed him. Which one? This one? Yeah. It comes down to prime years. Don Mattingly didn't have many prime years. Good short window, but not enough to sustain Hall of Fame numbers. That's what you're looking at. Yes, that's what you're looking at with Jake Arrieta as well. Not enough years in his prime. But always credited for, I think, being dominant and just absolutely helping break the streak of 108 years for the Cubs. Hope all is well.